let's go. We're gonna go in this place. Thank you. Probably show the build I'll use, but why isn't that weapon showing up? Thank you. Oh, attack bot stallion for the first 3 rooms. But stallion's way over there. Yeah, so long, stupid thing. Nobody likes these things. We're supposed to survive those things, like unlike with other builds. Yeah, I did set that thing off again because those will come back. Gotta smash this war troll first. Just make sure they're not attacking the statue, okay? Having that ascended version of this is going to help against the bosses. That counter is clear. What is this? It's a donkey. I don't need that because I got some of those already. Okay. I'm just going to show you the build real quick. Guns for the in case we need to use it. We don't really use a melee weapon, but it's there. Got a snowball in my room. The purple rarity armor. Found the Brr-Zerker top version soon would damages. You get that ancient fury skill, which increases the area damage, and this benefits from area damage. The dire sacrifice does. We're getting Buffmeister. Regular purple ammo with dark magic and Graveborn. This is a lot different from what I did last time because I put the Buffmeister instead of the Arcane Bolt because Cachal gives plenty of extra damage and extra crit chance for the abilities, and you don't want that for the higher chaos levels. But the chaos level deck then was only 35. We didn't necessarily need the Buffmeister. We get workplace hazards or stay back. I'm gonna choose stay back because that doesn't really bother us too much for this build. It's not gonna make much of a dent in its HP. Plus the HP is constantly regenerating. Plus you have the dark magic effect. And we get health on kill. Even without the body room. Any high capacity shield should be good for it. Just be wary of the ones that have turtle because they'll reduce the HP, but the extra shield, extra wall they give is worth it. That loss of HP isn't, loss of health isn't much of a problem because the turtle's gonna give more than that back. Going for the slam. And don't forget to show them skill, the hero points. Constitution and Attunement are essential for this kind of build. I just put more on dexterity and strength. So we get the 8 strength on the background. That's my myth rank. It's up to 842. I still haven't spent those extra 42 points that I have. Doesn't hurt to go higher in the myth rank. But I've been able to do it with 100 in damage stats. Okay, I actually made that elite by accident. So I want to get these as fast as I can. Hello, you started to chat. But tech pot sailing again, like all the other first two. But the next 3 roams after that will be different. Excluding the obelisk room, which doesn't have those side objectives. The great thing about this build is it can decimate multiple mobs. Well, for bosses, you really want a good gun, since you can't really spam the action skill constantly. Ching ching. Even with elite, they got destroyed. I'm not picking that up because it definitely would hurt this build, because it reduces the health bar to 1, and we don't want that, and they'll just kill our damage we do with the action skill. But it's great for other builds, like war builds and stuff. You miss out on the health gate though, but if you put a bunch of Constitution, you should be fine. Besides, nerf the bosses by like tap power in half, basically. Doesn't apply to the DLC bosses, but no, there's no URAD. I think I'm kind of the same there. I kind of like Borderlands 3 better. I split my time in this and Borderlands 3. Well, I don't like having to go up these chaos levels, because Borderlands 3 can go straight to 10 or 11 if you wanted to. This you can't, and the catch-up doesn't work past level 50. Yeah, haven't been watching him lately, but he's got up to 1,000 subs. I'm not exactly here for the crystals, so I'm choosing Bustalion. Although I think the story in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is quite a bit better than the one that's on Borderlands 3, because Borderlands 3 is just basically these Twitch-like streamers the villains. Twitch, yeah. I don't use Twitch though. Most of the people I have on here is YouTube. That's where my followers are at. Yeah. Borderlands 3 does have a lot more diverse endgame. You have the slaughters and the takedowns. You can do the proving grounds, and the true proving grounds for basically makes the end bosses raid bosses. You got Hemoboris, which is a lot of fun. Lots of fun to fight. Accessing the raid bosses on this requires you to destroy the symbols and stuff and do the puzzles before you can access them. We only have Chaos Chamber for Wonderlands. I want to do something else. I wish that Wheel of Fate was a bit more rewarding than it is. You're in the middle of a new flag. I don't know what that happened there. Either we get a spectral vengeance, or I don't think we have spectral vengeance. It could have been I was low on health and that bell exploded. But I'll go check the modify curses. It's only say back. There's no spectral vengeance. I don't know how that happened. Actually, in my opinion, that spectral vengeance does not bother me too much. Destiny 2 and Warframe, I don't play Destiny 2, but Creed does. Especially when Season 18 hasn't been a low point for Destiny 2. You could have done something else for videos. Yes, you saw what Creed was doing right now. I don't know where Scare Soldier went. He's not even been active in any videos. No, I do miss seeing his builds. Borderlands 3. He's definitely a fan of Sane. I can see why. Sane in the beginning of Borderlands 3 was kind of bad, though. Before I got to seeing that there's not really the infiltrator or the executioner you could really use. And did not have the Mantis can for the other stuff. Rest assured, I've never seen them though. I kind of want to get back to playing Outriders though, but not now. Haven't played it in a while, since July. Mara stuff. I was never a fan of Mara because she needs a lot of interactions yet be at her best. Like unlike some of the other characters, like saying all saying needs to go is so fast, and that's it. Mara's pretty picky with her skills. That's a lot of reasons why I like playing melee Mara. Flat's my favorite character out of all of them. This saying is a close second. As I wrote on a community post. How'd you get my health down that low? That special agents isn't a problem with this build because we can destroy it with an action skill. It's just he fires that magic storm so much. I would like Mo's more if she doesn't if it wasn't so easy to put yourself and fight for your life. And stuff like combat swoop, she'll bring herself down every time with that. So, some other weapons like the Devil's Force, where that has a big radius. Other than that, Moses is very powerful character. You don't have much experience with Flak. Well, I got crystals. Wasn't really after him, so I might as well spend the stuff on those loot bunnies. That's a laser hand. Love that spell. I did manage to get one with double spell damage. Eventually I'll get one with triple spell damage on it. But stuff like Buff Mice, I prefer to cool down on those because Buff Mice has a long cooldown, but for good reason now. Laser Hand has only a cooldown of 5.7 seconds, and it's a charge spell, so cooldown isn't really the issue with it. There's no there's no charge rate for any of the spells. Would only work for the Arcans. And likewise, there's no extra cast for the Brr-Reaver either. All I really need is some ability rings, and that's it. Oh, I like some actual cooldown rate and stuff. Just because most sources of ability damage just come from the action skill. I just pick all these up so if even stuff I don't want, they can get sold at the vending machine. That's just companion damage. I am not going to take that, but it does have double SMG crit damage. Farming for rings sucks. The amulets are far easier to get guard rolls with because they have less modifiers that can affect. They can only spawn up to 2 secondary effects. And there's no amalgam light version of the amulets in the game. I kind of like to see the pearl in Wonderlands. Wish that they make it so that the amulets can actually spawn with physical damage and stuff. Like black powder is already powerful manufacturer as it is. That'll make it even better. Despite there not being much options for physical damage. There's no enchantments that increase physical damage. There's no amulets that increase physical damage. Physical damage isn't increased by any of the myth-rank perks. Myth-rank perks. Myth-rank can't affect the physical damage. I wish there was the defensive one for the myth-rank. Because that would really help out on some survivability. Especially since that HP level is stuck at level 40 while Ascending Gear is basically level 48 gear. Not a chaos share would really help though. Since we did not get a new chaos tier that increase with the chaos levels. Watch your step, elemental overflow. I'm not taking a chance with elemental overflow. I'm not going to choose that. We're not after crystals. We're after getting fast as we can. Hey, troll! Come and get me. Not so much of a troll now. Jerk. I'm still trying to get that double melee critical damage on a Shark Lesson ring. Well, I've not even had any luck even getting a double a double roll on one stat on the ring. I'm not sure if it can either. I could ask for one, but I'm not sure if that would count as a modded one or not. One that you can only get from modded gear. I don't use modded gear at all. Gear that looks modded. That's my plan for monetization when I get 1,000 subs. That's likely going to be a no. I'm not going to do that. But I might change my mind. Honestly, I don't think I'll get that point in a long time. Because I'm not exactly after it, so. I just mostly want to do these videos for fun. So I like editing videos and stuff. Meanwhile, I down myself at the son of a witch fight. Might have gotten too close to him. Because this does self-damage. It's hard to do that with this thing, though. You have to be exactly point blank in that enemy. If you do use the impact mode, though, I never use the impact mode on the sword explosion. It's just so inferior to the stickies. At least in Borderlands 2, those those swords will merve, but it doesn't do that in Wonderlands. And that would make it more desirable for mobbing situations. They had that merve effect for the impact mode. And I could use a sticky for the boss fights. Having a merve pack for the impact would be good because this thing actually does have lower base damage than the grenade versions of the Hog shotguns. Although it shoots far faster than those do, though. Way faster. Like more than double the fire rate for those. These can reach up to like 3 for the fire rate. This thing was actually not even that good before they buffed this thing. Unless you got a casual version. Needed that casual version. You don't necessarily need a casual version now. But it cycles through the magazines much faster than the standard ones. Although those would actually do more damage pretty low because they don't get that damage penalty like the casual versions do. Normally that end grip would give 1 extra projectile. I should not say 1 extra projectile, double projectiles. If it was +1 projectile, it wouldn't give that. You wouldn't see times 18 body rockers. Which is the Wonderlands version of the bang sticks. Just like the Caligon's a Wonderlands version of the stagecoach. The name and scheme for the black powder is the industrial theme. That's why I get those names like stovepipe, boilermaker, and stuff. Stoker has kind of a dungeon theme. As you can see, it's by its name, it's like the haunted castle and stuff. Or stone like the epitaph. Fortunately, there's no Mal1 equivalent to Wonderlands or Atlas. The Suki does have a slight adjustment of the names, like Atlas could have been Atlantis. I don't know what Mal1 would be, Malwin or whatever. Would be feasible because those things you can put in the Mal1 weapons load the things do the same thing with magic. Magic. Like, basically having a magic power instead of battery powered. You could have magical lasers. Like you would see on a corrosive magic barrel SMG. I'm more used to calling it corrosive than poison. Just because of Borderlands 3. Although I don't find myself calling the enchantments anointments. That's why I like to pick those max ward blessings and stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to hit him with the action skill. He's too far away in the thunder phase. Before he goes under the purple stuff and gets near the shore. Yeah, I'm actually wasting the action skill, but that's going to get the enchantment up on the thing, which what we want. I wish that enchantment would last through the other action skill, the Reaper of Bones. So only lasts 10 seconds after we activate the thing. Having that active throughout the action skill and 10 seconds afterwards would be very nice and make that one much more viable for the Reaper of Bones builds. Because a lot of times Reaper of Bones and Lot actually lasts a really long time. If you can keep the health bar up, it'll last an extremely long time. Technically, you can also do the from the shadows, like almost infinitely. That's only when you have a Brr-Zerker with it, though, and killing enemies fast enough for you to do so. Maybe have some action skill durations with it too, because those can roll on a ring. Yeah, just waiting for him to dive. Honestly, this is my favorite boss in the game. That's why I do a lot of my testing. Parasite's not a good one to test stuff out on, because Parasite's pretty slow. Does actually have a decent amount of health. A little too much, though. Little too much on the ward part of it, because the ward has almost twice the HP as the other bars. Should be more in line with the other bars, like most bosses. Plus, this boss does not take as long as Dragon Lord does. Not actually been able to one action skill each phase. Specifically the from the shadows, even in Chaos 100. Haven't managed to do it in the intense though. Not with the gun build, anyway. he dropped on stuff. It wasn't really stuff I even wanted. And this is a way to farm those on split screen. Oh, not worry about it. Although you do have to give the second player a ton of money. Oh boy. I might consider just skipping these all together, because I took like 48 minutes in one of these. That was because I had like 100,000 crystals in one of them when the special event run's going on. Plus you had that extra crystals mini event. Which is one of my favorite mini events, because that's a lot more loot to get. I'm carrying around one of those Magic Crowd SMGs. Those SMGs are so good. Even though they have some major drawbacks, like those. I'll show you one of them. This will eventually slow down to a crawl, as you can hear right here from the shots. The best ones, in my opinion, are the Dahlia ones, but the Fairy versions can work for companion builds. Unfortunately, the Pixie versions can create so much lag on the inferior hardware, like a PS4. Or PCs with the minimum requirements. Which you probably need a decent PC to run this game, though. Most PC gamers on a budget will just buy the indie games. Those generally don't have high system requirements. Heck, I played Minecraft on a kind of a junky PC. But of course, I own it on console. Well, it just take 5 minutes in those rooms normally. wish the feeding of the crystals was much faster than it currently is, especially when they increase the maximum they can put at one time to 2,000. The great thing of this build, we're not going to go down very often, if at all. Oh, sure, if you want to use Deathless build, it's that fingertip pulse ring you want to use. Because Deathless will only put you the red bar to 1. Fortunately, there's nothing like URAD in this game, which would really help those builds. Bubble cap increase would help this game, because that. But we don't have like 3. You can't have 3 classes at one time. Frozen Vengeance. I'll just take that. Not gonna take any. Not gonna take Dragon Law because we're not really not in the extra crystals. Max War, that's gonna be nice. More damage for the action skill. The closest thing you can get URAD was in this game is like with a certain champion that can only be found on the shield. Well, sometimes I don't pay attention to the time for the motes. That's why I failed there. A lot of these times, these motes can be finicky to pick up. You have to be super close to them. At least you don't have to press press a square or like what's that button? I think it's the X button on the Xbox. There's no Switch version of this game. I don't know how this would handle on the Switch. Borderlands 3 was released on the Switch, probably for good reason, because Borderlands 3 would overwhelm the Switch. Slam down. Thank you. I just want to kill these things and just get by this faster. Counter clear again. there's not really anything special you can really do with a slam. Unlike in Borderlands 3, we had that spark plug and stuff. This game is all just slam your melee weapon into the ground. That's it. The only thing that has a ground pound effect in this game is that Volcanar's cog. Those will spawn with a double all damage dealt every time. So it's a pretty easy way to get that. Unfortunately, you can only like get fire and carbon damage. Or light collar. Honestly, this game can use more classes, like one dedicated for physical damage, another one dedicated to area damage. Sometimes the action skill will actually deal damage twice. Shark's Bane is amazing for getting rid of these land sharks. Just because of the actual damage you can get with those. I like to get my hands on a protagonizer, which would really help with this build. I think that was melee damage. Which means I'm probably just gonna run to the... not even bother with the pistols. So I failed pretty much every side objective. Oh, I could melee the enemies, but that's not gonna do a lot of damage. Would be more if I had a dark magic version of this Twin Soul, but I don't. I wish the pictures got into common dark magic, just so I wouldn't have to run a Scarlet Claw. But the ones I've pretty much seen were like modded and stuff. Same with the Hydras. The only way to get a Dark Hydra is Greyborn. Or Scarlet Claw. Side ejector failed, of course. I could melee these, that's gonna take a lot of time. Not really worth it. Other builds I didn't ignore it completely because mailing enemy puts you at risk. Which you can see with that other build I have, that melee build, curse weight and stuff. Curse weight is high risk, high reward, that's for sure. does get some damage resistance, but that's only like 17%. I completely missed. Probably should have waited till that the spell was up, but who cares? At least like 1 million damage would take 1 million damage by itself can take care of most mobs in the game. Some badasses may survive though. Especially if you're making counters elite. I should not have a problem with Song Boss. Song Boss does not have that much health anyways. Because he's an early boss in the game. Red Boy is even weaker. Which is to be expected because he's the first boss in the game, and first bosses in the game tend to be weak. Much like playing Dark Souls or something. This is Dark Souls, it's generally a hard game to begin with. I wonder what the Bellmaker was doing there. I just decided, you know what, all that. Pokey's Chew Toy. I don't need that thing. Chaos 93. Troll, you are trolling me. You gotta be down. Thank you, jerk. I don't know why the heck that's still up. That's a bug in the game. Yes. This game isn't exactly the most polished game either. It isn't quite as buggy as Borderlands 3 is, though. Buff buddies to break it up. I'll choose buff buddies just because I can get rid of those things. Drone Ranger. It's basically this game's version of the Drone Ranger from Borderlands 3. Separate buffs them as well as heals them. Now I'm going to take all those mass wards if I can. We're going to do Butt Stallion, not the treasure. Don't really care about the treasure. Butt Stallion will buff some of my skills, that's fine. Make this go faster. Make it easier. I'm out, enemies. I know you want me. Come on, get closer. They're probably not going to get closer because they're a bunch of cowards. They just want to shoot me from far away. Come on, charge at me. I know you want to. If you got a lot of health, that dire sacrifice is going to do a lot. Have that seal that's basically the opposite what death was to do. Reserves the shield instead of the red bar. What's important, we're going to do butt sound again. I don't need any extra curses on me. Other than the first curse we get. More like cursing the enemies. Because they do have the buff bodies on them. Oh, side objective failed. Why did I fail it? Because I didn't go in the sacred ground at all. Get rid of this burning split. Oh, we got the monstrosity. He got obliterated though. Oh, Legion Deity? No. It's like an old god, but a lot worse than the old god was in Wonderlands 3. that negative physical damage resistance isn't attractive either. It's the element that thing spawns with only gives like 10% instead of 20, like the old god does. Only 20% elemental resistance, like the 25% you would get in Borderlands 3. The old god does not have a physical damage resistance penalty, which makes it much better than the one we got in Wonderlands. And that 10% extra elemental damage doesn't contribute a lot in the long run. Especially when you get almost 100% just from the myth rank and the amulet alone. Plus the enchantments you can get. We're not going to choose the Dragon Lord portal for any of these. I don't even see the point. The max you can get out of one curse is like 120%, which is basically 5% extra crystals in Chaos 100. Five to 6%. So really only balance for the when the Chaos 20 was the maximum. Okay. Please react to my shared content. Not gonna bother with that right now. Destroy all Dragon Lord statues. I did that just to get attacked at both the Quartz Crystal and the statue at the same time. Side objective completed already. I'm gonna get rid of this coiled Centera. Correct. Goodbye, brigand. So long. You poor old bandits. Don't even stand a chance. Looks like I got too close to the blast. There. These core masses suck. Blocking all my shots. Blocking the action skill as well. Although they can't completely block that. but it does reduce the damage considerably. That's just a plain last gasp. I'm not going to pick that up. Gotta have something on it other than this last gasp. And last gas can be just high risk as the curse word is. Separate generates the ammo in your magazine. Increases fire rate and increases reload speed. It doesn't matter how far you are from the enemy. Doesn't really work for melee builds though. We're actually using a Stab-O-Matic, which does melee damage. This fight can be rough sometimes because she'll do that geyser attack, which does a ton of damage. I do not like being pushed away when I'm trying to do that attack. Wish I was immune not back when I was in the process of that attack. You can treat it as kind of a face slam, because it slams the ground. Wizard's Pipe. That actually isn't that good, so I'm not going to pick it up. Was pretty decent back in Chaos 35, but not exactly too viable for Chaos 100. It'll always be those weapons in there. Not what I wanted though. Come on, get the rings. I wish that this would go down faster than it currently does. Well, I cannot pick up any more, so I'm gonna have to sell unwanted rings. That isn't actually what I'm looking for at the moment, but I'll take that. That's kind of decent. Double up on action skill duration might be nice for Stab-O-Mancer or any other class. I want to be using spells and from the shadows. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the rest of these wings as much as I can. Might be able to pick all of them up. I don't know. Yep, I was able to pick them up. And go look for these things. Why do I want a silicone ring? I don't really use a salt casing ring either. The ability damage. Fingertip pulse. Great for deathless builds and stuff. Deathless mana builds. Not what I wanted. Why can't you give anything I even want? Looking for. Of course, silicone ring's better than the purple ring any day. As long as the ring does not have detrimental effects, which most of them do not. But some ambush still. I'm looking at you, Blaze of Glory. I don't even use that thing. Same with the Brad Lock. If you can get something with a double loot lock, there's no point in having that thing. And just because I do not like dying at the loot room, because you cannot revive yourself at all unless there's a second player in it. We're up to Chaos 94. Basically 5 more of these things left. Finally, five of these things left. Which has been like taking 20 minutes to complete each one. Which is including the time I spent in the loot room. It is melee damage. I'll just try to do it melee damage. At least I'm gonna live through it. I love slicing these things in two. Good thing this has bonk on it. Resisting my lightning damage though. This is why I like dark magic. Although against all enemies it does 90% normal damage. Regardless of difficulty you set it. Too many lightning resistant enemies, that's for sure. This would be way better if it was dark magic version. Wouldn't have to deal with resist. Plus the specialization in the dark magic damage as well. Almost like I might as well not bother. They move around so much too. Doesn't help. Fortunately, they can't even get through my health bar at all. Ha 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 ha! They could not. Jerks. I'll just happily take the roguelite. They're not going to down me anyway. Good night, zombie shotgunner. You too, rifleman. Get wrecked. Yeah, he's dead. So long. Go flying, you idiot. Love it when it does damage twice like that. Thank you. I wasted so much time meleeing these enemies in the first room. Wasn't worth time. This is the last one with melee damage, so hang on. You did not have to explode on me. Why'd you do that? This thing also does area damage. That's with a lot of power from this thing comes in. The area damage. The action skill, this gun itself. Obviously, that's a side objective failed. Doesn't matter, though. Oh, we're not going to choose the Dragon Lord portals for any of these. We started at 90. Now we're at 94. I love this place. Thank you for giving me it. We're just facing a bunch of goblins and wyverns while we're at it. Who cares? You're dead. Good nighty, goblins. So long, suckers. I just say what I want. I don't really have anybody to talk to. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye, super badass pirate. So long, Breacher. Even though your land shark that's taken obscene amount of damage with the shark's bane. I think it's probably more that's 70% extra damage to those things. Tick-tock, you done. Take my reward. Of course I will. Don't need to tell me what to do, game. I'll take the treasure when there's Dragon Lord there, because we're not choosing Dragon Lord portal for any of these things. Which is the one that gives curses at the end thing. We gotta protect Bot Stallion. Cool. But why Bot Stallion? As you can notice, these trolls are tanky. Even though I almost took that out in one magazine. Which is very nice. Don't get in my face like that. I don't really want to damage myself. Fortunately, I have to get super close for that to even happen, though. Shoot these things almost point blank, but not exactly point blank. And the stickies don't explode. They'll only explode when they go off and not when they attack the enemy. Nice. I needed that extra max ward. Thank you. Which enemies am I gonna slam next? You almost dead, you badass Cyclops. Thank you. You dead. Okay, you hear that? That's almost the sound of silence. That was actually the sound of the wind. Thought that was the sound of the silence. That's the sound of the wind. Not in real life, but in the video game. This one is Parasite. The last one is obviously Dragon Lord. That's gonna be fun. Just because his water's the tankiest health bar he has, doesn't mean you're gonna win. Slam this thing as much as I can. Parasite is gone. That means Chaos 95. Not gonna get quite 1,000 though, but I may get 1,000 when I open that chest. I meant 10,000, not 1,000. Yeah, amalgam, not what I wanted. Not the rolls. Not the class setup either. On the armor. 9, 9, 9, and 3. Mace Wardo. Oh, I cannot pick any more up. So to the vendor, of course. Hmm. Might take that. Probably not though. That one had a double melee crit damage, but that was only spell damage though. That was just a double assault rifle crit damage. Now to pick the rest of these rings up. This one has gun damage. Don't want that. That one has already been favorited. That's double dart magic efficiency. Decided not to take that though. Wish you would give me something that I actually need or want. So fortunately, these are none of these. Okay, Scuttle, you're not getting away from me. Barely made a dent in this clear encounter. Come on. Why do you take so long to pick these orbs up? I hate it when you get all these spar forms. They take so much enemy slots away from the important ones. Side objective is completed. Slam down the Dragon Lord. Party time. Spectral Vengeance. I'll just take the Spectral Vengeance. That does mean I have to be a little bit more careful though. But a lot of times this thing does damage twice. Sometimes they'll get rid of these specters. But I do admit, the ones in Borderlands 3 a lot more problematic because those are much tankier than these Wonderlands versions. It's often not the depths in Borderlands 3 have a lot more have more health than badass enemies. These ones don't. These just have just as much health as the weaker enemies. Same with those the frozen versions that do the Novas. Those are also much more tanky in Borderlands 3 than they are in Wonderlands. But both Borderlands 3 and this game, their problem is when they do that Cryo Nova, they just slow you down. It can be difficult to get away from them. Well, why am I missing a stupid barrel that is stationary? Shouldn't be doing that. Not the game's problem, that's my problem, because I don't know what the heck I was swinging at. Plus the game you lunge when you do a melee attack. Can be a bit hard to hit the correct spot when you're lunging like that though. But it does make the melee attacks more accurate. So side objective completed. This is the mini boss room. Get this barrel out of my way. I don't want to see it ever again. I won't see that ever again because it got destroyed. The king? Anyways, you're dead. Not the king now. I think that was one of the mini bosses from one of the other missions. One of the missions in the Wheat Wild dankness. What do we get for these next three? Is this one melee damage or finish before time runs out? Finish before time runs out. Great. I don't have to worry about anything. Don't have to worry about melee damage. Don't have to worry about motes or anything. I just gotta do this fast enough. That's all. I don't have to worry about the statue. Don't have to worry about destroying Dragon Lord. I don't have to worry about protecting the butt-stealing statue. I'll choose the treasure chest for, because we're not gonna choose other Dragon Lord portals. Unfortunately, I've not seen the plus ward things yet. I just ran straight into the ghost. Not gonna troll anybody else anymore now. Get out of my face. Thank you. We're gonna go to the next room, and what is gonna be my favorite rooms ever? Oh, it's gonna be the desert town, the Sunfang Oasis like area. Good night, zombie rifleman. Time to get wrecked. Curse crab. Everybody hates these stupid curse crabs. This curse crab should go down. I haven't been noticing the damage doing anything. Basically non-existent. Okay, finally I gotta get Max Ward Blessing. Thank you. This gun really sends them flying, doesn't it? The old ways. Nice. What's the old ways again? It is damage dealt the closer you get to the enemy. Damage resistant the closer you get to an enemy. Very nice. And these all damage dealt are multiplicative. With gun damage bonuses and ability damage bonuses as well. A lot of damage types. That's why this sword explosion is so useful. He's doing a spinning attack. I just ran into him. This is Nightmare's last phase. Oh, you really want to make this fight longer, don't you? Okay. Melee attacks. It's not. I'm not going to go after it, so who cares? Can't afford that. It's not what I wanted anyway. Wish it would give me what I wanted, but no. It's stop those items. I think we got 3 more of these things left. That's it. On the Chaos 100. Nope, don't want that. Who am I? Well, anyway. Ability damage, pain damage. I thought that was a double action skill duration for a second. That wasn't though. Wish you would get me what I wanted, just stupid loot bunnies. More and more trash. Why? Nothing that I want again. At least the ambush and stuff, I could get something I wanted. These rings are so annoying to farm. So annoying to farm, those stupid rings are. Well, we got 3 more of these things left, thankfully. Next will get me to 97. Next will get me to 98, 99, then 100. Actually, that has to be 4. Just count it there. I thought I had 3 left, but I didn't. This is only like 3 hours and 20 minutes. I'm probably just gonna skip getting the items and stuff, just to get it. Spend like 5 minutes each time in that room. 50 minutes on average on these, and five in the loot room. All depends on what I get, because some of these will spawn a bunch of those bar forms. Those don't give you hardly any progress in the kill enemies. Nasty spill anarchy. Nasty spill for this build. Normally this is trouble. And obviously I'm going to choose crystals. Crystal portal. The other one was the Dragon Lord portal. And I'm not going to battle the Dragon Lord portals. I can do that when I'm seriously trying to get crystals and stuff, but I'm trying to max out this character to Chaos 100. These clouds and combined with these puddles are getting on my nerves. They always have those clouds that those things give off when they die. They just linger way too long. They don't need to last like 15 seconds. If they last like 3 seconds or so, it would be much better. You trying to troll me? Get away. I don't need your trolling. You and your goblins. At least I got rid of that guy. That Macedon damage is actually an oversized goblin, rather than technically a troll. But isn't in here yet though. But he can be annoying with his spinning, because he'll block attacks when he's spinning. Oh, this beautiful obelisk room. So beautiful. Looks like you're in, like, Egypt or something. That was the troll jailer. But he just got squashed, though. Let's go to the Bot Stallion's portal. I'm not really after the crystals. And I'm gonna just skip the loot rooms. Just so I don't spend 5 minutes in those. For what little they've been giving me. Now I can just simply split screen farm the machines. But if the machine does drop what I want, I'll just go grab it. That thing dropped the storm surge, not what I wanted. Of course, his last three will be feed these moats. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of time for that, so I'm just gonna feed that moat to it. One good thing about this nasty field, it can take care of enemies for me. Agent Fury, which means more damage, basically. Good night, enemies. So long, suckers. So long. Oh, side objective failed. I was just here killing enemies and pay attention to the time on that thing. Okay, this room is cleared. We can get out of this place. The last room has to be the. This has to be the last room before the boss comes. Get finished, you dogfish. It actually went through these things. Thank you. Feed that thing just in case I don't pay attention to time. It's a Titan Tooth. Sorry, you're defeated. Wish there was actually something new we can do in this game, but there's not. The last major patch was like September. That's the one that brought the Chaos 100 in the first place. This game would have been fine if they kept it at 50, though. Ascended would be pretty hard to find, but you don't only have to deal with the 15 times health and like nearly 46 you can get with the Chaos 100. However, I don't think it's gonna have. It's not gonna go past 100. I can be sure of that. But with no new tier, that's kind of disappointment. And some people have force-ended year before this patch. The latest hotfixes haven't really done anything except for switching the featured run and the mini events around. This fire can be a problem though, unfortunately. Yeah, that fire can be a problem, because I don't care how many times you break my shield, though. What's important is the life bar. I'm using Vengeance since I'm out of ammo in the sword explosion. That's another chaos level up. 14 minutes. I'll take a look at this here, though. But I'm just going to run past afterwards. Goblin pickaxe. Gluttony. I'm not going to spend like 5 minutes in there. Just feeding the bunnies, picking up the rings. Pretty much all of them I'm going to sell anyway. I just simply want to get the 100, that's all. Three more of these left. This will get me the Chaos 98. Next one will get me the Chaos 99. And then the final 100. That one has Dragon Lord at the end. We know that for sure. These will still go down to 1 hit. Most of the regular enemies, except for the trolls, will go down to 1 hit. Okay, it's raining for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna smash it with a melee weapon. Because it's almost dead. Might as well. What they say is death by 1,000 cuts. It really applies to this game. What this game basically is, death by 1,000 shots. Something like that. Death by 1,000 cuts, shots, cast, whatever. Nullify, I'm not going to choose that. There's no way. One of the worst curses in the game. It's only a medium. You can't afford to have a 60% damage reduction in Chaos 100. Which is super easy to achieve with, especially if you're finding high fire rate weapons like a SMG. You're pretty much gonna get that 60 reduction in damage pretty much all the time. Not as less of an issue with launchers though. Or any other weapon that'll kill quickly. Most launchers are slow enough where that's not going to be an issue anyway. It's just a big problem on if you have high fire rate weapons and stuff. Not necessarily for this build though, but still we're not going to take it. You can't use the action still 24/7, and we're going to have to shoot the gun sometimes. And that's why I like the Guardian rank in Borderlands 3, because those perks really do help. Not being like 1/4 health every time we get a Save Your Soul or Second Wind. I just decided to go in the butt standing portal. The other one was the treasure. Treasure isn't going to get there any faster, but butt standing will help with the skills. As long as it doesn't choose the survivability skills, choose the damage based ones. Although one is the survivability and it's area damage and maximum health. Ward skill. The reverse deathless kind. Is it reverse deathless? Because it is reverse deathless. Unarmored defense is that skill right there. More max health means more damage for the action skill. That wasn't buff meisted though, so that was 474 damage. You are so a coward. Trying to hide, stupid coral crab. We're halfway there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Should I just start this again or something? Why is it showing that text? That internet is not sufficient for broadcast. That was a just in case. Just in case I need to do that. Well, I don't see any pink, so I know it's pink because I only choose one of those. But I did that just in case I lost the rest of the stream. Hopefully that didn't even become a problem though. But I did that just in case. Kill the enemies while I'm sacred ground. These are gonna waste so much time. Thankfully they'll disappear after a certain time, though. As long as we can get viewers, it's not being a problem. Well, if it's zero the whole time and this is after that, that was just in case. Yeah, it's a stupid cloud. Don't waste my time. That was a big explosion right there. That magical barrel. Those are troll barrels, basically. That's what they are. They're a bunch of trolls. Nice loot drops. Is it something I can use, though? I don't need the thunder anima. It's not even that great. People said it is, though, but I don't think so. Oh, the more trolls and stuff. Get rid of this quartz. Please do not knock me off the thing, thank you. That's a problem with certain enemies while I'm trying to do this. If they knock me out of the ring, I'm not going to get bonus progress towards the finished enemies while on sacred ground.